So now that Mr. Michael Bloomberg has jumped into the race, I've made mention of him briefly on my channel. Stumbled across a clip he gave at some event. I'm not really sure where it was. Looks like it might have been last year even. He's got a very interesting take on taxes, for example, and an outcome that could have on society. Matter of fact, I think I may have stumbled across a campaign slogan for Mr. Bloomberg. You probably are going to see it in the title I end up making for this video. So, yeah, without further ado, let's hear from old wise one what a good plan is for poor people in this country. What does he think about that? Let's take a listen.
In this case, yes, they are. That's the good thing about them, because the problem is in people that don't have a lot of money. And so higher taxes should have a bigger impact on their behavior and how they deal with themselves. So I listen to people saying, oh, we don't want to tax the poor. Well, we want the poor to live longer so that they can get an education and enjoy life. And that's why you do want to do exactly what a lot of people say you don't want to do. The question is, do you want to pander to those people, or do you want to get them to live longer? And there's just no question. If you raise taxes on full sugary drinks, for example, they will drink less, and there's just no question that full sugar drinks are one of the major contributors to obesity, and obesity is one of the major contributors to heart disease and cancer and a variety of other things. So
I'm going to try and approach this in a calm, cool, somewhat cool manner and be professional here. But it's a struggle. It's a struggle. I'm going to go ahead and say this and just get it out of my system now and try and be calm and cool about it. One thing that makes my blood boil is when some rich silver spoon jackass wants to speak to the poor people, the blue-collar middle-class America, and tell them what's good for them. Oh, we think we should tax you, tax your sugary drinks is the example that he gave, because we want you to live longer and have a happy life. Well, thank you, you concerned prick. Okay? Tax my sugary drinks. Because taxing things that I might want, even if it is bad for my health, raising taxes and making it harder for me to buy them. I'm so damn happy that you did that. Oh, God. I'm so happy. I didn't know a poor man could be so happy. One, what sort of philosophy? How does that help society? Oh, it helps society by reducing obesity and cancer and blah, blah, blah. Okay, Mr. Bloomberg. Okay. Rich people, maybe not you in particular, or maybe even you. I haven't done my homework to know what businesses and things that you own and whatnot and how conditions are. But people who are very, very wealthy, like yourself, who own a lot of businesses, ever since bad free trade deals have been passed over the years, lowering the standard of the American business and the American worker, because we are basically trying to compete on level playing fields with communist countries and third world countries so that our jobs don't outsource, because we ditched protectionism such a long time ago. Okay, that then made it where jobs and the standards and the circumstances of the jobs, they're lowered, and it ends up affecting the American worker, and you end up with conditions that still have to meet laws within this country, but end up becoming strenuous, long, hard labor jobs just only because of the laws of the land, short of being sweatshops. Long days, decent pay, maybe good benefits, but they work you to death. To death. And in many cases, it's to do what? Just get by. And your rich crowd is the people behind all of this. The people behind why, we poor people barely get by after a long day of working our ass off. So you need us poor people to live longer. Why? Because you need more work out of us? Because you don't want us to die too early when you're not done with us yet? Is that why we need to live longer and enjoy life working in these factories where these rich people are already conning their way out of paying their taxes, like Jeff Bezos and Amazon? Oh yeah, that's great. You know what? That makes my life real happy, knowing that I pay my taxes and that a rich son of a like you wants to raise my taxes on food, soda, whatever else, because I got to have a happier life and live longer. So you want to raise taxes on a guy like me and many other blue-collar Americans out there because it's for our best interest, but yet people in your wealth bracket are finding every loophole under the sun to get out of paying taxes. Mitt Romney's secretary pays less taxes than Mitt Romney. Yeah, you people are freaking class acts, man. Real class acts. And it is damn near shameful that a rich prick like you wants to sit on a stage somewhere with all your billions of dollars and talk about how taxes need to be raised on the poor to prevent obesity and cancer and heart disease. Yeah, well, those stressful working conditions that people are having to do. And I'm not advocating that people should not have to go to work and make a living. No, but I'm an old blue collar guy. You should have to work for what you earn. I've got no argument with going out and going to work. But it's the long hours for the somewhat decent pay, just enough to put food on your table and get by. Things like that. There's a reason a guy like me has been working between 200 to 300 hours of overtime for the last 3 years. And it ain't just because I'm a workaholic. It's because I'd like the money. Because that's extra money I might actually be able to put some away in a savings account at the end of the day. Okay? Now, do you know what happens to us poor people when we work long, hard, strenuous, rigorous hours and we're just barely getting by, can't afford health care, therefore someone like me can stab himself in the hand, close it up with Loctite, and just ace wrap it and clean it daily because we don't want to go to the doctor because we're afraid we can't afford the bill? You want to know what happens to people like us when we have to live in that condition and just barely get by for X amount of time? You want to know what happens to us? We get stress. We get a lot of stress. Now, Mr. Bloomberg, should we start breaking down step by step what stress leads to? Oh, that's right. That's big contributing factor alongside of our sugary drinks and everything else to things like heart attack, stroke, high blood pressure, one of the biggest killers out there, also known as the silent killer. And definitely one of the biggest killers of blue-collar workers. Now, you could say our eating habits contribute to that, but stressful working environments where you're having to work like a dog all the time, oh, that certainly doesn't help anything. That doesn't help anything, period. But you're only concerned with taxing our unhealthy habits because you want us to live happier and live longer. Well, if you want us to live happier, How about advocating for some things that might actually help the American worker? Like going back to protectionism. But no, your idea, while all you rich jackasses are getting away with not paying proper taxes, and I don't know if you are or not, but there's plenty out there who make money within your level who are dodging the tax system and not paying their fair share when the IRS makes damn sure I pay my fair share. And instead of pushing for things like that, instead of advocating for things like that, nope. The simple fix to it all is we need to tax those poor people because that's the answer and it's going to help them live longer. Yeah, that's real nice coming from a rich prick like you. So it is official, ladies and gentlemen. Bloomberg 2020. Tax the poor. Because you'll help them have a happy life and they'll live much longer.